Welcome back to the OG Spice Guy Show Market Updates, where we look beyond the label and into the fields, the farms, and the global forces shaping the organic spice world. This month, we're talking about two pantry staples that are feeling real pressure: organic paprika and Mediterranean oregano. From pesticide drift in China to extreme heat in Turkey, these are structural changes affecting supply, sourcing strategy, and long-term pricing. Let's break down what's happening, why it matters, and what you should be watching in the months ahead. Wondering why organic paprika prices are up? Let me take you to China, the world's leading exporter of paprika. Here's what's happening. For the second year in a row, the organic paprika crops in China are testing high for pesticide residues. Now here's the twist. Many of these farmers are actually growing organically. They're buying certified organic seeds, using natural pest management and weed control, and committing to the dedicated compliance practices. So the issue isn't direct application, it's drift. Drones are increasingly being used in conventional agriculture to spray pesticides, and that airborne drift is landing on neighboring organic fields. And here's why that matters so much in paprika specifically. Paprika is a long cycle crop. You're looking at 6 months from planting to harvest. Then comes the dehydration process, and that's critical. When you remove the moisture from fresh peppers, you're concentrating everything left behind. So even trace levels of pesticide residue can become amplified during drying. A crop that was farmed organically for half a year can end up testing over allowable thresholds after dehydration. So the painful result? That product now has to be sold as conventional, despite the farmer absorbing organic production costs the entire time. That's a massive financial hit. Because of this ongoing issue, we're seeing a structural shift in sourcing. The organic industry is steadily moving towards South America, Spain, and Israel, regions with tighter spray controls and less drift risk. But here's the reality. Labor costs in those countries are significantly higher than in China. So what does that look like for us at HQO? It means actively evaluating new origin programs before the market fully resets. In fact, our CEO just returned from Peru, where we're exploring expanded organic paprika sourcing. Peru offers a compelling middle ground, pricing that remains more competitive than Europe, along with a significantly shorter transit into the U.S. West Coast. So stay tuned, and we'll share more as this initiative progresses. Mediterranean oregano is one of the quieter ingredients in the spice world, until something goes wrong. And last year, something did. Turkey, which supplies a significant share of the world's Mediterranean oregano, experienced an unusually hot summer during a critical stage of plant development. On paper, that sounds like a familiar commodity story. In reality, it sets off a chain reaction that reaches far beyond the farm. When extreme heat hits during peak growth, oregano plants shift into survival mode, which can lead to premature flowering, dehydration, and reduced essential oil content. In oregano, the true value lives in the volatile oils, particularly in compounds like carvacol and thymol. That's where the flavor lives. So once high oil lots become scarce, farmers in the region may hold product anticipating higher prices. Exporters narrow their offers, and organic supply is often hit harder simply because the available pool is smaller to begin with. As a result, we've seen the price of organic oregano almost double. So at this point, I thought it would be helpful to clarify the difference between Mediterranean oregano and Mexican oregano. If the supply in the Mediterranean is suffering, why can't we just swap it out with crop from Mexico? It's because they are completely different botanically and functionally. So first, Mediterranean oregano belongs to the mint family and delivers an herbaceous, earthy, and slightly bitter profile. When you're at the grocery store in the US and you see just oregano, it's Mediterranean. Mexican oregano is a completely different plant from the verbena family, and it carries a brighter, more citrus-forward, and slightly floral character, sometimes with mild licorice notes. Both are valuable, but they're not interchangeable. So you can expect the price for organic oregano and I'm talking about Mediterranean oregano, to stay high until the next harvest. In the meantime, HQO is looking at alternative sourcing locations in both Egypt and Peru. That's your Spice Scoop for today. What we're seeing in paprika and oregano right now is a good reminder that organic supply chains are complex. Evolving technologies, shifting geopolitical structures, and climate change can all have downstream effects on the whole market. Stay tuned for more updates from the field and let us know in the comments what other topics we should cover. I'm Jonathan Raju, and this has been your market update for March 2026. See you next time.